Simple video today. I just want to give out a couple shout outs to a couple kick-ass channels. First shout out I want to give is to Gargar75. Started talking to this guy a couple weeks ago through YouTube. He recently put out a couple videos. And this guy, man, I feel like I was separated from birth from this guy. Metaphorically speaking, he's probably a white guy. You know, if you're not white, I apologize. Whatever you are, man, it's cool. You know, I'm not white, I'm fucking Asian. But, you know, the car hobby, when you're a true car enthusiast, it brings the world together. That's my Zen thought for the day. But this guy has some kick-ass cars. He has two Cobra Terminators, a Camaro, and a Riviera. I don't know if he has more cars. Maybe he does. I don't know, but he made videos about those four cars. You know, a lot of car enthusiasts, they become elitist when they get faster cars. This guy's just completely cool, down to earth. And that's what I like to see, you know. It's all about cars, man. One of my favorite cars is a Tata Nano from India, $2,000 car. If it was in America, I'd have two of them right now, and I would have a pair of Tatas. Next shout out, Raconter1. One of the coolest guys on YouTube ever. There's a few people in my YouTube career that spans 7 years, 7 years that I would like to meet. Jack Raconter1 is one of them. He also has a ridiculous stable. He has like 4 Mustangs and a 40 Econoline. Yeah, man, that's a badass stable. Just a cool guy. Check his channel out. He likes to talk about cars too. I like to talk about cars. That's why he's a cool guy. And last on the list is Jay Moyet. I mentioned it before. I've known this guy on YouTube for like 6-7 years now. That was back in the day when we were making Geo Metro videos. We like pioneered the Geo Metro video. See, real car enthusiasts like the Geo Metro. A lot of people give the Geo Metro a hard time, but drive one and you'll say, damn, this car's sweet. You know, there's just something about it. The Geo Metro has that it factor. It's just so slow. You could redline and rip through each gear and you're still going like 50 miles per hour. And you're barely keeping up with traffic. But it's that slowness that makes Geo Metros enjoyable. Like people say like a car like a Corolla is a slow car. Nah, Corolla is like the average car. Or a Nissan Sentra or something like that. A Cavalier, but you want to talk slow, drive a Geo Metro. You know, Corollas, Cavaliers, Sentras, they all could keep up with traffic fairly easily. A Geo Metro can't, and I think that's the charm, that they released the car with freaking 55 horsepower. So those are my 3 shout outs. Alright, let's go ahead and just talk about cars real fast. There's a couple props here. Favorite car of all time is a Corvette, of course. Here's 2 of them. Here's a Cobra versus a Trans Am. I'm going to talk about this magazine one day. The 305 horsepower Cobra back in '96 was the savior for Ford, because in '96 they released the modular motors, and the non-Cobra modular motor was only like 215 horsepower, and it was like doom and gloom for Mustang fans. But then, this car was kind of like, keeping Mustangs respectable at the time. This was, what, 14, 15 years ago? Okay, I'll talk about the SN95 someday, when I have a good idea. I've said this a couple times already, but I almost bought a Typhoon a couple weeks ago. Why the fuck do you keep mentioning it, asshole? Because I like Typhoons. I really like these cars. I don't know. Maybe I should have bought it. Who knows? If Corvettes didn't exist, I would own one of these. I mean, if I had more money, I would definitely own a Viper, but my budget permits me not to. But if Corvettes didn't exist, I would have a Viper. This used to be my dream car, the DeLorean, until I found out it was like 130 horsepower, and a freaking Hyundai Accent can beat it in a fucking drag race. So yeah, no more DeLorean. But I like them. This one's black. If I had a DeLorean, I would paint it black. Maybe someday, if I find a project one for like, I don't know, $10,000. Dodge Challenger, This is a car I'm gonna own in like 8 years. When they're about in the $15,000 range, I'll buy one of these someday. Doesn't need to be the SRT8. It could be the RT. That's cool with me. Alright, that's it. Everyone kick ass, be safe, and take it easy.